Hi everybody and welcome to my session on hair care. Now, lots of you ask me how I look after my hair, so I thought I would go through how I look after my hair with you today, which will really benefit your health and actually does help towards healing as well. So yeah, my hair is really long. This is the longest it's ever been. And to be honest, on a day-to-day basis, it's a bit of a nightmare because I know people say, oh, it looks lovely, but the maintenance and care of long hair, it's just such a nightmare, as you're about to see. So the first thing I'm going to do is just start brushing my hair out before I apply some treatment to it, which is what today's session is all about. Now, my hair gets so knotty, it's unbelievable. I mean, look how long it is. So I tend to end up in this sort of catch-22 situation where I don't want to comb my hair because it's knotty, and then because I leave it, it gets more knotty. And I've been known to have knotty hair since I was a child, and I still suffer with it. So it's because I've got very fine hair. People think my hair is very thick, but it's not. It just so happens that I have quite a lot of it. So just brush your hair out. It doesn't matter if you've got long hair, short hair. I'll tell you a secret, guys. I actually cut my hair. So when I was in school, my dad cut my hair one year and he cut it into a boy cut, basically. It was horrible. I'm still scarred for life. And when I was actually going through a bit of a dark phase in my life, I got my hair cut off then. I used to have quite long hair, not as long as this, but I had quite long hair, and then I decided to I did a Britney, baby. I didn't chop it all off, I wasn't bald, but I cut it quite short. So I have gone through phases where I've cut my hair really short, and my hair has grown, but this is how I have to cut it. So if you do have long hair, try and use a comb, a wide tooth comb. And I'm actually rushing, but if my auntie saw me, she'd be having such a go at me. So you're supposed to really be delicate with your hair. And one thing I do is I start at the bottom, so I might just kind of make sure the top's done, but then I'll comb my hair from the bottom up. And work through the knots going up, because that just means you don't tug your hair as much. I very rarely use a brush. I only use a brush if my hair is in like severe knots, and then I need a brush. Otherwise, I tend to always use a comb. So that wasn't too bad, actually. Today wasn't so bad. So, okay, so the treatment we're doing today is putting oil on hair, okay? So in the Indian culture, this is really common. It's something that all women do from birth up until forever. It's very, very common, and it is actually an Ayurvedic practice as well, and there are many benefits to oiling hair. Not only are you oiling your hair, but you're oiling your scalp as well, which provides relaxation benefits as well as creating balance in the body, and it's actually very soothing for the whole body. So I'm going to show you how to oil your hair today, okay? Now obviously I've got quite long hair, so what might take me, like if I oil my hair properly, it can take me about 20 minutes. I'm not going to take too long today. I just want to show you how to do it. So I'm wearing just like a t-shirt that I don't mind if it gets oil on it. So make sure you're not wearing your best clothes when you're putting oil on your hair. And once you apply the oil in your hair, I would recommend keeping it in for a minimum of 2 hours before washing your hair. Some people, traditionally, you would keep the oil in your hair overnight and just place like a pillow, a towel on your pillow, and then wash it out in the morning, because that way the oil really gets a chance to get absorbed in your hair strands and your scalp. But it's up to you. But I would recommend at least a minimum of 2 hours. So with regards to which oil to use, so there are a few different oils that I use on circulation, depending on the weather, the season, and just generally how my health is at the time. So the one that I used for absolute years was olive oil, just general normal olive oil that you get in the store. These days I tend to mix it up with a bit of coconut oil. I don't like using just coconut oil because I find it quite sticky and also very difficult to wash out, but you can, so that's why I mix it with olive oil. So coconut oil is the other one. For a really long time I used almond oil because I'd read and learned that the almond oils are supposed to be very good for helping to strengthen your hair, and so I used to use almond oil for quite a long time. You can also use, so the famous Indian oil is called amla oil, amla tel. So that's basically gooseberry oil. It's kind of green in colour. And I must admit, when I use that, I feel like my hair just thanks me for it, especially because I have long hair. So my length really, thanks me for it. But the only issue with it is it's got quite a strong smell, and it's also green in colour, so it can stain quite easily. So I don't really like to put that on overnight because it can stain my pillowcases, even if I have a towel on. The other really popular Indian oil, apart from amla oil, is mustard oil. Mustard oil is like the general vegetable oil that we would use here. So in India, everybody has mustard oil in their house. And mustard has lots of very beneficial properties to it. So especially in the winter, mustard oil is really good to use as it will help to warm your scalp up. Right, so I've got my oil here in a bowl ready. I've just mixed coconut oil with olive oil, and I've heated it up for 30 seconds so that it's nice and warm, and you'll really enjoy the warm oil in winter. So generally speaking, most people tend to start on the scalp and work their way down, but people will explain how to oil your hair in different ways. But for me, because I've got such long hair, I really want to make sure that I, kind of nourish my strands, and I do my scalp at the end. So I'll show you how to massage your scalp properly. And you can see I've worked at the front, and I'm just separating my hair as I go along. And it's just done with a kind of feel basis as to how the oil should be applied. So look, I'm just sort of rubbing it, especially the ends, because my ends are really dry. And because of lockdown, I've obviously not been to the hairdressers. Otherwise, I tend to get my hair trimmed every 4 to 6 weeks. Like the longest I would go without getting my hair trimmed would be maximum 12 weeks, and that would be if it was like, it would have to be quite exceptional for me to. I think that's the longest I've ever gone before this period of time without trimming my hair, because it helps to keep the hair tidy, and I also find that when I trim my hair falls out less. So I like to keep my hair trimmed. So that I'm just kind of feeling the back of the hair, just working. I just want to spread the oil evenly throughout all the hair, so I don't want it to be like really heavy in some sections and then hardly there in the other. So you can be really specific about how you do this. For example, you might want to section your hair using clips, but I've been oiling my hair since I was a child, so for me this is just, well, obviously my mum used to oil my hair when I was a child, but I just, I do this every week. So I try and oil my hair minimum once a week. Look, my hair's falling. If your hair's falling, don't worry, okay? It's the water here. Either your water might be very hard. It's been very hot recently, so it's the dryness. You should never worry about hair falling, because I just feel like if you focus on hair falling, it starts to fall more. So I don't know, that's just my theory. So yeah, really just get into all the strands and just even it out, and just make sure you're kind of spreading the oil on this section here. So yeah, I used to try and oil my hair twice a week, and basically in an ideal world, I would not wash my hair without oiling my hair. That's in an ideal world. Obviously that doesn't happen because I've got 2 small kids and a husband and a house to run, and it's just, my hair is the last thing on my priority list, to be honest, which is a shame because I feel really good when my hair looks good. So I really should take more time for it, but what to do? I'm a mum, you know, I've got 2 kids. I've got a 1.5-year-old and a 3-year-old. So the fact that I even get to oil my hair once a month is like good enough, but I don't beat myself up over it. You know, I do what I can. So as you can see, I'm just doing exactly the same thing on the other side now. So I'm just going through my strands. And if you've got really short hair, you don't need to do this. You can just jump straight to your scalp and your hair will get oiled in the process anyway. So for me, I have to do this because my hair is just so long, and I just generally tend to prefer doing my strands first just to make sure that they get a decent amount of oil. I don't use any serum products on my hair. I don't use conditioner when I wash it either, which is really surprising to some people. But I've just never used conditioner, and although conditioner is supposed to soften your hair, I've found, for me personally, every time I've used conditioner, my hair has been rougher and breaks more and just generally dries out more, because at the end of the day it is a chemical, and I'm very anti-chemical, which is hilarious because my dad was a chemist, but he was the one who kind of taught me about chemicals and, you know, about avoiding them. So like you can see at the moment I have no makeup on whatsoever. I think I put a bit of eyeliner on this morning, but that's faded off. You know, I don't generally wear makeup, and so like my hair's done. I'm just gonna check it through. I don't blow dry my hair. I occasionally blow dry my hair, like if it's a function. I'm gonna take this ring off because it's gonna catch on my hair. If it's a function or something, then I might, or say if I've got a gig, then I might. But I actually prefer the look of natural volume. So when I wash my hair and I leave it to naturally dry, and then I tend to let it dry completely, and then I'll, excuse me, oh, excuse me, it's a bit of, excuse me, hay fever. I prefer to just let my hair fully dry and then comb it, and that's actually the way to prevent your hair from falling out as well. Right, so I've done my locks, so now I'm going to show you how, so my locks are really nicely oiled. Now I'm going to show you the scalp. Now, you need both your hands, so you take a bit of the oil, just dab your fingers in the oil, rub your hands together. Now again, there are different ways you can do this. You can either just start at the top and just work through your parting. If you don't have a parting, you can just start to push the hair back. And what you do is, as you do that, you use your fingers to just kind of, it's almost as if you're itching your head, okay? And just keep doing that. And once you start doing that, you're just massaging it, rubbing the oil into your head. Once you start doing that, you'll begin to feel where there is dryness in your scalp. And those are the areas that you would want to try and rub more. Okay, so if you've got kids, like oil your kids' hair, you know, massage them with oil. Just oil is so important for the body, more than creams actually, because again, creams have chemicals in them. So you can see that I'm just kind of working behind the ear. I've gone to the base of my head, and you know, I'm kind of using the palm of my hand to really rub that in. And I'm just kind of working through, making sure that I massage my entire scalp. Oh, it feels so relaxing. I like doing this because it's part of my chill out routine. So I'm going to show you in some other videos how to self massage as well, because that's something that I've pretty much always done my whole life. And it's really helpful after you've exercised lots. So if you're just generally feeling quite tight if you give yourself a massage. So this is just a head massage you're giving yourself. So look, you can see I'm on the other side now. I'm just kind of rubbing the oil into my head and then behind the ears and then down to the back of my head. And don't be afraid to use your nails. Like, I've got one auntie, and like, because obviously in India you go to your family's house and everyone's putting oil on everyone's hair, and I got one auntie, she's just like, nails, got my nails, dig your nails in. And I'm like, oh. She's just like, oh, it feels so good. So don't be afraid to use your nails. Now, this area, the crown of your head, where your highest consciousness lies, but also where people tend to lose their hair first, really focus on your crown, like just give it a good massage. All the nerves in your body lead to this point, and even your energy channels, either Bingala, Sushumna, like it's all coming up to here. So this is a really important part of your body. Obviously your brain protects your skull, protects your brain. We're close to our sinus. It's just, look, now as I'm doing it, I can feel areas where I just feel a bit tense. And so I'm just gonna rub. Oh, it feels so good. Rub like deeply into wherever I need to. And then I've come slightly forward. So now I'm just gonna massage the front of my head. And like, I'm doing this really quickly. Normally I would take much longer, but just, oh, it feels so good. Because it's been so hot, my scalp just feels really dry. So it just feels nice to moisten the area. So just oh, hairs everywhere, but I don't care. And now just kind of like, as you get towards the end, just, you know, allow your hair to fall forward and just really make sure you've covered your entire scalp with, I know you can't see me, I'm just looking down. I just want my hair to fall forward, and I just want to maybe change my parting a little bit and just make sure I've got into all the different areas. So if I'm really lacking on time but I desperately need to oil my hair, I'll literally just do my scalp and not do my ends. Or sometimes I'll probably just do my ends and not my scalp. So just see, don't be too hard on yourself. You know, I'm showing you how to do it, but there's so many different ways. Just so long as you feel good at the end of it, just massage your head. That's all you're doing, really. It's taking some oil. So I'm just going to go back here because I feel like I've missed this spot. So not quite my crown, but just below my crown. I feel like I could do with just massaging a bit more there. So obviously this helps to increase the blood flow to your brain, and it helps to clear your follicles, your hair follicles, and just kind of gets a bit of air into your hair strands and the follicles as well, because you think they tend to be brushed down and tied down, so they don't really get a chance to breathe. So I'm just going to now flip my hair over, and I'm just going to really focus on the back of my head. So I'm just using both my hands, and then from there I'll just kind of go down my strands a bit more. So tipping the head over will also help to bring more blood to your head and just help to invigorate your body. So I'm almost done. I'm just making sure that I've done everywhere. And as I said, you can just take your time with this. Like, I'm kind of doing it quickly for the video, but you can take your time with it. So normally then what I tend to do is I have a special brush that I use for brushing oiled hair, and I only use that brush just for my hair oiling. I don't have that with me, so I just get a normal hairband and just plait my hair, really. That's all I can do. I mean, you can just tie it like so, but I tend to find that plaiting is a really good way to kind of just keep the hair all together, so that if you're sleeping it doesn't go all over the place. But it depends whether you're, you know, sometimes I oil my hair and I just tie it up in a bun and just keep it on my head. I rarely leave it open with oil in it because I just don't like that feeling. So I'll always tie it up, but either in a bun or a plait or just a ponytail like I've done. So that is it, guys. That's how you oil your hair. It's really straightforward. And also I forgot to say that if you have like baby hairs here, just make sure you give them a good little rub as well, just to help stimulate the growth. And then hands, you just wash them. I mean, with the oil that's left, I tend to just rub it on my arms and just maybe rub it on my legs just to finish whatever's in my bowl. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, you can then take your massage further. You can start to massage, you know, the sides of your neck and the back of your neck, and you can kind of come into the shoulders, and you know, you can really put yourself to sleep massaging your head and onwards. So I feel so relaxed, feels lovely. So yeah, that's it, guys. So let me know how you get on. I'd love to hear from you, and thanks for joining me in my Gryffindor t-shirt. And yeah, that's it. That's how you oil hair, and obviously the more you do it, the more it's going to benefit your hair. Chances are that you will need to probably do a double wash when you come to washing, because I find that the oil, if I use just olive oil and I'm quite light with it, it's still not so bad. But because I've put coconut oil in it, it's going to be really sticky, so it makes it that much more difficult to wash out. So I have to generally shampoo twice. That's perfectly normal, so don't worry about that. But then I kind of think, well, it kind of defeats the object of oiling your hair, because then you're stripping all the oils out by washing it twice. But hey ho, if I'm I'm washing my hair, but I know I'm at home for the next 2 days and I'm not going anywhere, then I might just wash it once and just say, well, it doesn't matter if there's a bit of oil left in my hair, because I'm going to tie it up anyway and I'm not going to see anybody. So, but if I'm going somewhere, then I'm definitely going to wash it twice to make sure my hair feels really clean and nice. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you found it useful, and I look forward to seeing you for another tutorial soon. Take care. Bye. Hi everybody. So how did you get on with the hair oil? I just want to show you, so I washed my hair. As I said, I had to shampoo it twice to get rid of all the oil, and I let my hair dry naturally, and then I combed it once, and this is the result. So you can see that the oil has, first of all, visually it's made a difference to my hair because it's made it look really shiny. To feel as well, it just feels really nice and silky, and obviously I don't need to, I mean, it was a bit tangled, but my hair's always tangled, but this is generally, you know, it's much smoother and very easy to comb. I'm just going to show you like so you can just get a good look at just the benefits of oiling hair. You know, it just adds weight and body to the hair, and it just feels really soft and really nice, and it's always nice when, you know, you wash your hair, it just feels so good. So I'm gonna clip it up, because generally speaking, although my hair's so long that I generally don't tend to keep it down, because it just gets in the way. I mean, look at it already. So my hair, within moments of it being combed, it usually needs another comb. So most of the time I do keep my hair clipped up, because that's what works for me. But as you can see, one thing I would say is that my hair is a little bit what I would call limp. It's not bouncy, and that's basically due to the coconut oil, because I just find like when I use coconut oil, my hair becomes quite flat because obviously the coconut oil is so sticky. So if you want to avoid that and you want to just really go for a bouncy feel, then I would stick to just either like the olive oil, the almond oil, yeah, I would say they're your best shouts. Mustard oil is quite strong as well. Coconut oil is very strong, and so is the gooseberry oil. So you want to try and just go for something really light if you're going for a bouncy look. But if you're just really wanting to condition your hair, then you can follow the steps that I took, and you can obviously use oil that works for you. And yeah, that's it. So some people, after washing their hair, would probably use something like argan oil to just sort of smoothen out the locks. And I have done that as well. But I find there's something about argan oil that once I leave it in my hair, it just kind of dries my hair out. And after a couple of days, my hair will be drier than usual. But, you know, everybody's hair is different. And I've never put any products in my hair, so my hair is just not used to it. But if you're used to using, you know, just find something that works for you with your hair and just keep it really simple and just stick to it. You know, I'm not the type of person that changes my beauty or my skin or exercise or any kind of regime that I stick to much at all. Even if I can't do them much, I still just kind of stick to what I know my body and my skin and my hair is used to. Because although some people kind of advocate the use of, say, like changing your shampoo all the time, that for me, I'm not that type of person. For me, it's like I'll just find a shampoo that I think suits me, and unless I have some kind of irritation or reaction or anything like that, I'll continue to use that shampoo. So I'm very, very simple in my regimes, particularly when it comes to hair and skin. So there you have it, guys. Here we go. That's how you oil your hair. And hopefully your hair will feel really lovely once it's washed. And let me know how you get on. Thank you for tuning in and watching my tutorial, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.